by 10 or stop.
You really don't have it.
Getting nervous now. This is new PB for me. How much is it? 117.5 kilograms. Let's see what happens. Right, I'm going for 120 kilograms now. I've never done this weight, so pray for me. I'm scared and shaking, which is the correct way to feel. Here we go. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. You only live once, bitches. Having the camera here is definitely an extra motivating factor. So I'm going to try just one more before I actually start my workout. And hopefully, form-wise, it's a little bit less wacky, wobbly, inflatable, if you know what I'm saying. So let's try and get a little bit more rigid. It's definitely, way too heavy for me. So I'm sort of like going down fast and bouncing out of it. Maybe that's a bit of a cheat, but I'm just trying to get my brain used to this weight on my back, if that makes sense. Right, let's go for one more. That's good, that's happened now, so it's actually relatively safe. You just roll it off your back. I am going to try one more though. Sometimes it's just technique. Like I said, I'm not that strong yet, so might be a bit ambitious, but I'm just going to try and bounce out of it a little bit quicker this time. There's no one here, so let's just fucking go for it. Now I can sleep. I don't want to leave it on that low because it's going to haunt me forever. Sweet. Okay, it's possible. Right, I'm going to start my workout now. Sorry guys, not very chatty today. Absolutely love this reverse hack squat, it's awesome. I've also been using this belt that's just in the gym lying around. I really need to invest in my own belt and knee braces and all of that jazz. Here we go. The burn is real. All right, last set. Hello. Good morning. So we're going to be doing a bit of grouting today. Ash and I laid down these beautiful red tiles last week in preparation for next week's delivery of a big wood burner, which is really exciting. So it's going to be plonked right here. Chimney will be going up through there somewhere. So sort of getting the ratios right for the grout. 1 part lime to 2 parts soft sand, and we're also using a bit of this pigment. As the grout itself is kind of a bit green or a cooler colour, this will warm it up, make it a bit more of a red colour. And so yeah, let's get mixing. Should definitely be wearing a mask for this, but cool. So we've got our sand, got our lime, and I'm gonna add about half a cup of the water to start with, and then just start mixing it up. So you're sort of looking for a, I don't know what consistency I would compare it to. I was going to say toothpaste, but that's probably a bad analogy. But that's certainly too dry. Another quarter of the water. So we're trying to get the consistency just thick enough so it still does its job as grout, you know, like structurally. But also, we've bought this wicked new tool called a grouting gun. Hello, Gracie. So just thick enough for the grout and just thin enough so we can squeeze it through this grouting gun, which I'll show you in a second. But this is looking kind of perfect at the moment. I'm just going to give it a little bit more kneading in. So we've got our grout mixed, ready to go, and this is the gun I was telling you about. So we just got to get the grout in the gun. And some total legend has designed this little scoop. And so all we do is just sort of load it up and then plonk the scoop in and then just fill her up. So then we just give it a little tap so it settles to the bottom. And the trick that we had to learn the hard way is to wipe off any excess grout from the thread, as once you screw the top bit on, it gets stuck and takes about 18 people to try and screw it off. So luckily, my brain is working today. As I just remembered, I forgot the most important step, adding the pigment, because I'm a flipping moron. So what we're gonna do is just take that all back out. No biggie. And we're just gonna add 2 spoons of pigment. 1, 2. And just mix it all back up. Like I said earlier, it's just gonna add a bit of warmth and a bit of red hue to the greeniness. Let's get that nice and incorporated. I'm just going to load it back up again. Just give that a little tap so it settles to the bottom. That just went directly into my eyeballs. And then we just wipe the excess grout. And then we can put the actual gun in. Squeeze it in. Tighten that up. And then, fingers crossed, squirty, squirty, squirty. Perfect. So now we can start grouting. So yeah, now we can start filling the gaps. You want to leave a little bit of excess to make sure it's fully getting all the way into the bottom. So sort of squeeze, move it along a few centimetres, squeeze, move it along, squeeze. So yeah, wicked little tool. Definitely made my life way easier than using a trowel. Oakley dokley. So I've just filled in this section here. Obviously if I come too far back I won't be able to reach in to do all the fancy bits, so I'm just going to get my gloves on. Right, so now it's just a few different methods of just, you know, getting the smoothest surface as possible using a few different tools, a bit of wet sponge, a bit of this, a bit of your finger, and then you want to kind of clean off as much of the bloom as possible before it starts to dry, but we can leave a bit of a bloom to come back to tomorrow. So I'm just going to start with my finger and just sort of get that nice smooth edge. And then if it's too much or too little, we can always just add it back in. Then what we can do is get a little bit of water on here, and then you sort of just push in, push that along. Then, for a nice smooth finish, I've just been using this sponge. I've sort of like rinsed it out, squeezed out all the excess water, and then I've folded it in half and then literally just run it down. Keep on rinsing it off. That's pretty much it. And then, like I said, if you find any like little bits of holes, all I'm going to do is just wedge some grout back in and then just go over and repeat the process and just do a bit of feathering. But yeah, very therapeutic work. Quite enjoy it. I will let it dry overnight and then come back in the morning and do a second pass. But yeah, a few emotions running through my mind today. Mainly a bit of gratitude, really. I just feel quite grateful that Mum's offered me this little job. You know, rather than having to take any old little job to keep me ticking over, doing some sort of like menial tasks, at least, you know, this is quite valuable work. It's going to be here for however many hundreds of years, I hope. Still bits of melancholy from leaving the fire service and all that jazz, but it's just nice to just be doing some work and seeing some results. It's sort of also relatively creative, just because I haven't been doing anything creative for a good like 2 years now. So yeah, nice bit of mindfulness, calming, therapeutic work. Right, I'm going to stop for lunch now. How are we looking?
Bloody lovely. You happy with it?
Yeah.
It's a good colour as well, because it doesn't jump out at you.
No, definitely. Yeah. Don't touch it.
Halfway there. You'll get it done by today.
You reckon?
I know you will.
Well, anyway, cool.
This is the most exciting thing, cutting out that, right? Because that was along here.
Oh, it's
So we never saw the whole window.
Oh, but is that a extreme?
Probably not. Oh, actually, yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
What do you want me to do?
Is it right or is it wrong?
Right, let's ignore you. Oh, it's not about you.
Okay, yeah.
Not about you. Get down.
We are back on the bokkie bowl. Broccoli, rice noodles, chicken. But I forgot the miso paste again, which I keep doing. Really flipping annoying. So we need to find some sort of flavour substitute. Limescale remover, fairy liquid, window glass cleaner. Just kidding. Disclaimer, do not use limescale remover in your bokkie bowls. Have we got anything in the fridge? Soup, wine, no. What is this? 5 spice, yes! Just found some of this. Crunchy soup topping. Roasted garlic powder. Coffee powder? Chili, sumac, salt, garlic, mushroom. Salt Bay, some of that shit in there. What's this saying then? Yeah, it's not the one without the miso paste. It's all good. It's extremely hot. It's about 3:30 here at the moment, and it's already getting dark outside. It's firework night tomorrow night, so I'm hopefully going to go out and get some clips, or see if the camera works in the dark. This really tasted nothing. Boom. Finished. Grouting complete. Considering that is the first time I've grouted, I would say that is pretty much perfect. Well, maybe not that good, but it'll do. Just gonna wipe the last bit of this bloom off, which is actually the most satisfying part. Finishing touches. Now we just got to wait for the delivery of the wood burner, which will be very exciting. Alright, that'll do. Oh!
Section, it's a very modern, nice addition.
Tell us the story of Guy Fawkes.
Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason and plot. That's all I know.
Get mine there. Okay.
Whoa! Yes!
You guys are street entertainers. This is street.
Like I've got a halo.
Oh yeah, that's quite.
This jacket is the worst kind of jacket
I mean,
for this thing.
yeah, that'll literally go up.
It's like tracks, Avengers, Assemble.
Oh yeah, number 8. But if I close my eyes, it makes a really cool shape.